And the last video was quite a few days ago, so if we look at that and compare, you'll see that we have progressed quite a bit. We now have 5 villages, and our ranking has improved quite a lot. So let's go straight into the statistics. I can't say the word. Statistics, and let's just see how our ranking is doing. So we're going to statistics, stats. You'll see that we're now in the top 2,000. 1800. It's not fantastic, but it's not too bad, especially compared to what we had in the last video, which was barely in the top 3000. You see that we've progressed quite a bit. So I'm pretty happy with that, considering I just play casually and I don't have that much time to spend playing this game. We're doing all right. So now let's go into the details of each villages. We'll do that really quickly because otherwise it's going to get really boring. And some new suggestions I want to make near the end of this video, so just stay tuned. But anyway, if we go into Edoras, which is my 4th village, you see that it's a 7 cropper, or whatever you call it. We have 7 crop fields, and the raw fields are doing all right. We've got all level 6 and above, and quite a few level 8s as well. The production is not too bad. And then going to the buildings, infrastructure is it's not too bad either. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. Actually, think about it. I think Edoras was my 3rd village, wasn't it? So my memory is failing me, but infrastructure is all right. And what we're planning to do here is build up TTs. That's why we have Academy level 10 and we have our stable at level 5. Basically, I want to produce TTs in this village so that even though I am a defensive goal, I have somewhere where I can attack. So I do need offensive troops. I mean, even just to clear oasis or to just farm a little bit, I still need offensive troops. So I can't just have defensive troops. Otherwise, I can't attack, which becomes a liability, as I would say. If we go to Gondor, our first village and our biggest village, the infrastructure is a lot better here. We have quite a lot of buildings, level 11 town hall, which produces quite a bit of culture points, which we will need to produce more villages. And production is pretty good in this one as well. If we go into resources, you'll see that all over 2,000, apart from crop, because we don't have a substantial amount of troops here. So this is doing all right as well. And Gondor, as a planet, will be one of my major hubs of producing defensive troops. So Edoras could produce TTs, aka my offensive village. Gondor and Lothlorien will produce phalanxes. So these two will be where I produce my defensive troops to support other villages. So basically, I'll produce a lot of villages which are just to produce resources for my capital, and the Gondor and Lothlorien will produce the defensive troops to defend those villages. So I don't have to upgrade my troops in too many villages. Obviously, I can just have one. I can just have Gondor producing defensive troops, but I find that risky to have all your goods in one basket. I find that a bit risky. So I have Gondor and Lothlorien both producing Fallies. Going to Hornburg, that is my 4th village, not Edoras. If there's manager load. Hornburg, you'll see that it's not as good. It's also kind of a cropper like Edoras. It has 7 crop fields, but it's not as good as Edoras. You also see that in the village center. If we go in there, you will see that we only have so many buildings, and even the village center, main building, whatever you call it, is just level 7. So this infrastructure is not as good because we recently got the residents level 10 to produce my new village, which is Rivendell, which I will show you a bit later. And before that, let's go to Lothlorien, my other defensive hub. Again here, the infrastructure is it's decent, being my 2nd village, and it's pretty big as well. And you'll see that we do have quite a substantial amount of troops as well, 2,000 valleys. It's not a lot at the moment, but we are production is underway, and we will be supporting other villages through Gondor and Lothlorien. Now, my newest village is Rivendell, and this is incidentally also my capital. you'll see that it is a 15 cropper. If you watched my previous series, you will know that I'm not a big fan of 15 croppers. I'm not very sure what to do with 15 croppers because they don't produce resources. Frankly, these three are pathetic. You can't use them. It's not a value for money, as you would say. If you upgrade them, production is still pretty pathetic. So really, what people do is NPC. But I don't have much gold. I mean, I do have quite a bit of silver, 3,055 from adventures, and I trade to get more silver. But I'm not an expert at trading. I mean, I believe that trading is just like buying stocks in the stock market. It's a high risk, and I mean reward is alright, but it's high risk, and you risk losing a lot of silver in a very short period of time. So I don't really participate in a lot of trading. I'm trying to keep my consumables and actually use it on my hero because I'm not very good at trading. But yeah, so I got my 15 cropper. I'm not really sure what to do with it. Like obviously, I want to build kind of uh, a mini anvil or mini hammer in here. I haven't decided, but I'm not sure what to do with this village. Like, how do I build it up? I'm not really sure. I'm just trying around, poking around, and I'm not really sure. So far, what I've tried to do is kind of build up the main building so I can build quickly and import resources from other villages into here to upgrade the village and build buildings. So that's what I'm kind of planning to do. I'm not really sure that's the right way to do it. So here I need advice from you guys, like experts that for some reason watch my videos. Can you just comment down below and tell me what the hell I should do with Rivendell? Like, how the hell do I build it up, and what I should do with it, because I haven't got a fucking clue. So yeah, I need help for this village, and also I like to suggest some new ideas to this series. So basically, it's kind of mid server, early mid server at the moment, and I'm not in any alliance, so I'm not participating in any alliance wars. I don't really attack anyone, and nobody really attacks me because I'm kind of far out, not really close to the center where all the business is happening. So it's been a pretty quiet server, to say the least. It has been really quiet. And I can show that through statistics. We go into statistics in attacker, see that, I'm in 3,000 something, and defender, I'm in 4,000 something. So as you can see, not much is happening with my troops. And, even throughout the videos, you don't really see that I get attacked, because I don't, frankly. So that's the thing. Because nothing is really happening. And if I just keep droning on and on and on about my villages and how I sim, it's gonna get really boring. Frankly, it's gonna get really boring. So what I'm suggesting is that if you guys can come up with some, targets or aims that I could aim at, so like kind of a bucket list, I think that's good. That can really improve the series to make it less of a bore. So like suggestions of what I can do. For example, can challenge me to maybe like I have to rob 100,000 resources in a week or something, and if I fail to do that challenge, then I'll have to lose an X amount of resources. So kind of challenges to spice things up in the series. Obviously, we suggest things like get to the top of the rankings in 2 days. Obviously, that's not going to happen, and I'm just going to ignore you because that's unreasonable. But I think if we have some challenges, the series will obviously be more interesting. Obviously, you can't attack me to make things more interesting, but please don't do that because that's just being a prick. So anyway, that's the video for today. Comment down below for suggestions to spice the series up to make it more interesting, and I will see you next time.